Hey there, Albert Chambers with you again, talking about how to get our drums nice and punchy and twice as loud, and at the same time bringing down the volume on our meters. So, and in the video 1 of 2, I showed you this lifeless kick. It was actually a really good sample, but lacking a little bit of punch to cut through the mix. So that was our kick. And now what I'll just show you what I'm doing in the chain. So I'm starting with a little bit of EQ, and so without our EQ, and I'll punch that in. As you can hear, a little bit of top end that I'm adding around 4.2 kilohertz here. I'm actually I'm doing a little high pass filter here, and I'm cutting down up to around 32 hertz. So I'm not too worried about the low end in this kick because the bass is going to be taking up that room. I'm actually boosting just slightly, a little around 1.7 dBs at 100 hertz. And for compression stage, very easy compression, maybe minus 2 dB in this part of the song. What's happening? 3.1 compression ratio stage. Very open, very fast release, and a little bit API, little plug-in, adding some more little beef around that 100. The 100 in the API parametric EQ doesn't sound the same as the native EQ, so that's why I'm using that. And it's fatter. The 100 hertz just sounds fatter. That's all I can say. This is the secret weapon. It's called a vintage warmer. It's basically a compressor, tube saturator type limiter. It's really, really awesome. Check this out. Now that's got some snap. And I raise my volume overall, and as you can see on my dB readers, my meters are actually reading minus 4.2 dB, as opposed to when we bypassed it, it's actually peaking out. So bring that sucker back in there, bring it back down to minus 4 dB. And what I'm doing on that vintage warmer is actually pretty simple. There's two main controls that I use on this: is speed, knee, and the ceiling, which is the limiter. I'm not using a brick wall limiter on this. I'm just using a straight up limiter, and I'm actually going like minus 4 dBs on the ceiling. I don't want anything to go higher than minus 4 dBs on my limiter. So it's pretty drastic, but check out what the knee does. Bring that knee down. It sounds more like a close mic. Bring that knee up. Almost sounds like I'm bringing in the room mics. Saturating that tone. Really quick speed also. I want a lot of snap. It's a hard knee. I'm adding actually maybe 2.8 dBs on this vintage warmer also. So that's basically all that I'm doing on here. I'm not adding any high-end shelving or low-end. Just basically the knee, the speed, and the limiter. Now, as you can hear, I got some floor noise that happened when I added that plugin. For me personally, people say, "Oh, you won't hear that in the mix." I don't like to hear that stuff. So, you hear that top end hiss? Just slapping a noise gate in there. Make sure the decay is really natural, so you don't lose anything. It's not cutting off your transients. There you go. My vintage warmer is the secret culprit of getting a lot of volume and controlling the dB level on your meters. Hope you enjoyed this tip, and rock out, my friends. Later.